A Toyota badge can make almost any used SUV feel like a safe purchase, but that confidence could cost you thousands if you choose the wrong Venza year. Some Toyota Venzas are comfortable, dependable, and almost perfectly designed for seniors, with easy entry, a smooth ride, good visibility, and reasonable ownership costs. Others may look nearly identical on the outside but carry a greater risk of steering problems, suspension noise, oil or coolant leaks, unresolved safety recalls, and aging components that can turn an affordable SUV into a constant repair bill. And the most expensive Venza is not always the best one. A newer model may give you advanced safety technology and excellent hybrid fuel economy, but it can also have distracting controls, restricted rear visibility, and costly electronics. Meanwhile, the right older Venza may offer a roomier cabin and simpler controls, but only if you avoid the troublesome years and know exactly what to inspect. In this video, we will look carefully at the 4 Toyota Venza years to be very careful about or totally avoid, and then we will move on to the 5 best Toyota Venza years to buy used, suitable for even seniors and genuinely worth buying. We will talk about the most common problems behind each year, which versions offer the best comfort and value, and the inspections you must perform before handing over your money if you're shopping for a car. So stay with me to the end because the best overall Venza for seniors is not simply the newest or cheapest model. And choosing between the older gasoline Venza and the newer hybrid could completely change how much you spend after the purchase. Before we reveal the first Venza year to avoid, subscribe to our channel. We help you identify the reliable vehicle model, uncover the expensive problems sellers will hide, and not mention to you when shopping for used cars. Now, let's begin with the 4 worst Toyota Venza years that may appear attractive in an advertisement, but could become expensive once you bring them home. Number 4, the 2013 Toyota Venza. The 2013 Venza is not the worst vehicle Toyota ever produced, but it falls into an awkward position. It received refreshed exterior styling and some updated features, yet it also remained connected to several of the first-generation Venza's recurring problems. One concern involves the air conditioning evaporator housing and its drain system. Certain 2012 and 2013 Toyota vehicles, including the Venza, were recalled because water from the air conditioning system could accumulate and potentially affect the airbag control module. That could illuminate the airbag warning light and, under particular circumstances, interfere with airbag operation. For a senior buyer, an airbag warning light should never be dismissed as a harmless dashboard annoyance. You need to confirm that every applicable recall was completed and that the warning light comes on during startup and then switches off normally. You should also listen for steering column clunks, suspension noises, wheel bearing hum, and rattles during the test drive. Some of these problems may simply reflect age and mileage, but once several appear together, the cost of making the vehicle quiet and comfortable again can climb rapidly. The 2013 Venza also lacks the modern driver assistance systems you can get in the newer generation. You will not have the same standard automatic emergency braking, lane departure assistance, pedestrian detection, or adaptive cruise control found on later models. I would not automatically reject a clean 2013 with complete service records and a very good price. However, it needs to pass a thorough inspection, and there are better first-generation years available. Number 3, the 2011 Toyota Venza. The 2011 model earns a place on the avoid list primarily because it carries some early production concerns that were corrected or reduced in later years. Certain 2011 all-wheel drive Venzas were recalled because the right front drive shaft may not have received sufficient heat treatment. In the affected vehicles, the drive shaft could break, causing engine power to stop reaching the wheels. The vehicle could then coast to a stop. Toyota also recalled certain 2009 through 2011 Venzas over a stop lamp switch problem. Contamination inside that switch could increase electrical resistance, potentially preventing the brake lights from operating properly or interfering with shifting out of park. Those issues are repairable through the appropriate recall remedy, but you should confirm completion using the vehicle's identification number rather than accepting the seller's word. A 2011 Venza can also be approaching an age where age-related costs matter more than its Toyota reputation. Rubber suspension bushings deteriorate, struts weaken, wheel bearings wear, oil seals harden, and neglected cooling system components begin demanding attention. If you are considering the 4-cylinder version, pay close attention to oil level and evidence of leakage. On any Venza, inspect underneath the engine and around the timing cover for fresh oil or heavy residue. A small seep is different from an active leak, but you need to know which one you are buying. The V6 provides strong, relaxed acceleration, which is useful when merging into fast traffic. However, it consumes more fuel and leaves less working space under the hood. The 4-cylinder is adequate for gentle driving, but may feel strained when the vehicle is fully loaded. A well-maintained 2011 can still provide years of service, but because of its age, recall history, and early generation concerns, I would choose a 2014 or 2015 if the prices are reasonably close. Number 2, the 2010 Toyota Venza. The 2010 Venza was only the second model year, and it inherited many of the weaknesses associated with the Venza's introduction. Owners have reported steering noises, clunking or knocking sensations, interior trim problems, dashboard rattles, brake concerns, and uneven tire wear. Not every vehicle experiences these issues, but they appear often enough that you should not buy a 2010 without a careful road test. Drive slowly over an uneven road and listen for knocking from the front suspension. Turn the steering wheel at parking lot speeds and pay attention to clunks, looseness, or inconsistent assistance. Then drive at highway speed and check whether the vehicle tracks straight without vibration through the steering wheel. Some 2009 and 2010 Venzas were also included in the accelerator pedal and floor mat recall campaigns. The issue involved the possibility of an improperly secured or incorrect floor mat interfering with the accelerator pedal. You should verify that any applicable remedy was completed and ensure the vehicle has properly fitted mats secured to the factory retainers. Age is now another major concern. A 2010 Venza may look attractive because of its low asking price, but deferred maintenance can quickly eliminate those savings. 4 tires, struts, wheel bearings, brakes, leaking seals, and air conditioning repairs can turn a bargain into an expensive project. For a senior who wants dependable transportation without frequent repair visits, the 2010 is only worth considering when it has unusually good maintenance records, low genuine mileage, completed recalls, and an independent inspection confirming that the steering and suspension are healthy. Number 1, the 2009 Toyota Venza. The 2009 Venza is the year I would be most reluctant to recommend to a senior. It was the first production year, and first-year vehicles frequently reveal problems that manufacturers improve during later production. The 2009 has accumulated more owner complaints than many later first-generation years, with concerns involving steering, brakes, interior components, electrical accessories, suspension noise, and oil leakage. Again, this does not mean every 2009 Venza will fail. However, you should not take extra risks simply to save a small amount of money. The oldest Venzas are also now old enough for mileage alone to become misleading. A 2009 with only 70,000 miles may sound better than one with 140,000 miles, but low mileage does not guarantee good condition. Long periods of inactivity and repeated short trips can damage batteries, dry out seals, corrode brakes, contaminate fluids, and age tires long before the tread disappears. The first-generation Venza received good results in several IIHS crashworthiness evaluations, but it does not offer modern front crash prevention. Those missing systems matter for any driver, but they can be particularly useful when reaction time, night vision, or neck movement is no longer what it once was. The IIHS lists front crash prevention as unavailable on the 2009 to 2015 generation. IIHS safety ratings. All 2009 through 2015 Venzas were also included in a later recall involving wires connected to a side impact sensor in the driver's door. If a wire fractures, the side and curtain shield airbags may not deploy in certain crashes. That does not make every old Venza unsafe, but it makes VIN recall verification essential. Toyota recall information filed with NHTSA. Unless the vehicle is exceptionally clean, thoroughly documented, fully repaired, and priced well below a newer example, I would pass on the 2009. Now let's move to the 5 Venza years that make more sense for seniors. Number 5, the 2022 Toyota Venza. The 2022 Venza combines the efficiency of a hybrid with standard electronic all-wheel drive. Unlike the older Venza, the second generation uses a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine supported by electric motors and an electronic continuously variable transmission. The power delivery is smooth, and the vehicle can achieve fuel economy around the high 30-mile-per-gallon range under favorable conditions. That can make a meaningful difference for someone living on a fixed retirement income. The 2022 also includes automatic emergency braking, pedestrian detection, adaptive cruise control, lane departure alert, lane tracing assistance, and blind spot monitoring. These systems do not replace attentive driving, but they add useful layers of protection. There was a recall affecting certain 2021 and 2022 Venzas involving software in the skid control computer. Under specific circumstances, the vehicle stability control system might not return to its normal on setting after restarting the vehicle. Toyota's remedy was a free software update, so confirm that it was completed. NHTSA recall notice. The biggest disadvantages are rear visibility, touch-sensitive dashboard controls, road noise on coarse pavement, and less cargo space than you might expect from the vehicle's exterior size. Test the controls personally before buying. A feature-loaded interior is not helpful if you find the screen distracting or the buttons difficult to operate. Number 4, the 2014 Toyota Venza. If you want a traditional gasoline engine without paying newer hybrid prices, the 2014 Venza is one of the more sensible first-generation choices. By 2014, Toyota had several years to improve the model, and you avoid some of the specific early year recalls associated with the oldest Venzas. You also get the Venza's greatest senior-friendly strength, easy entry and exit. The seating position is higher than a sedan but lower than many tall SUVs. You do not have to drop down into the seat or climb up onto it. The doors open wide, the cabin feels spacious, and the cargo floor is at a practical height for groceries, luggage, a folding wheelchair, or a walker. The 2014 still needs to be inspected for timing cover oil leakage, water pump seepage on the V6, noisy wheel bearings, worn struts, steering clunks, and unevenly worn tires. At this age, condition matters more than color, trim level, or a small difference in mileage. If you want maximum simplicity, front-wheel drive eliminates some additional all-wheel drive components and may return slightly better fuel economy. If you live where snow and slippery roads are common, all-wheel drive may be worth the added complexity. Number 3. The 2015 Toyota Venza. The 2015 was the final year of the original Venza in the United States, and it is arguably the best choice for anyone who prefers that older, roomier design. It gives you the benefit of a platform that had been in production for several years. It still offers comfortable seats, easy access, generous passenger room, physical controls, and the choice between the economical 4-cylinder and the much stronger V6. For many seniors, the V6 is the better driving experience. It accelerates without much effort, merges confidently, and does not need to work as hard when carrying passengers. The trade-off is higher fuel consumption and potentially higher repair costs. The 4-cylinder makes sense if you mostly drive locally and prioritize operating cost. Just test it on an uphill highway entrance with the air conditioning running. You need to know whether its performance feels acceptable to you, not whether somebody else says it is sufficient. The 2015 remains subject to the side airbag wiring recall covering the first generation, so check the VIN before purchase. Also remember that the newest 2015 is already more than a decade old. Service history and a pre-purchase inspection are not optional. Number 2. The 2023 Toyota Venza. The 2023 Venza is one of my favorite choices for a senior who wants current safety technology without buying brand new. Toyota updated the infotainment system for 2023 and fitted the Venza with Toyota Safety Sense 2.5. The safety suite includes pre-collision assistance with pedestrian detection and enhanced intersection support, along with adaptive cruise control and lane assistance features. Toyota's 2023 Venza specifications. The hybrid drivetrain is smooth and efficient, and all-wheel drive comes standard. Because the rear wheels are driven by an electric motor when needed, there is no traditional mechanical driveshaft running from the engine to the rear axle. For a senior, I would seriously consider the XLE trim. It provides a useful mixture of comfort and equipment without requiring you to pay for every limited feature. However, test drive different wheel sizes. Larger wheels may look more attractive, but smaller wheels with taller tire sidewalls generally provide a softer ride and cost less to replace. I would also inspect insurance rates before purchasing. Modern headlights, cameras, radar sensors, and body panels can be expensive after a collision, even when the drivetrain itself is reliable. Number 1. The 2024 Toyota Venza. The 2024 Venza is my best overall year for seniors because it was the final model year of the second-generation Venza and combines the newest version of the vehicle with several years of production experience behind it. You get standard all-wheel drive, excellent hybrid fuel economy, a comfortable driving position, blind spot monitoring, rear cross-traffic alert, automatic emergency braking, adaptive cruise control, and lane assistance technology. The newer Venza performed strongly in IIHS testing, with standard front crash prevention earning a superior vehicle-to-vehicle rating in the applicable evaluations. IIHS Venza Safety Evaluation. The 2024 is not perfect. Rear visibility remains restricted by the sloping roof and thick rear pillars, so make sure you are comfortable relying on the mirrors, blind spot monitor, and backup camera. The infotainment interface may also feel unnecessarily complicated if you are coming from an older vehicle with simple knobs. Before purchasing any newer hybrid Venza, confirm that both key fobs are included, test every electronic feature, inspect the tires for matching brands and even wear, and obtain the maintenance history. The hybrid battery is designed for long service, but the rest of the vehicle still needs regular care. So, my 4 years to approach carefully are 2013, 2011, 2010, and especially 2009. My 5 preferred years are 2022, 2014, 2015, 2023, and 2024, with the final 2 being the strongest choices when your budget allows. If you want an affordable, spacious Venza with straightforward physical controls, look closely at a well-maintained 2014 or 2015. If you prioritize fuel economy and modern crash avoidance technology, choose a 2023 or 2024. Whichever year you select, check the VIN for open recalls, review the maintenance records, scan every computer for codes, inspect underneath for leaks, and pay an independent mechanic to examine it before you buy. The best Toyota Venza is not simply the year with the highest ranking. It is the right year that was maintained properly and the one that still feels comfortable, predictable, and easy for you to drive. And if you are still comparing dependable SUVs, you might want to watch our other video here on the 4 worst and 5 best Toyota RAV4 years for seniors. That video shows you which RAV4 years are worth buying, which ones could bring expensive problems, and whether a Toyota RAV4 may suit you better than the Toyota Venza. Subscribe and I'll see you in the next video.